hello, our Pink Tech Tribe family. We are so excited to have you guys for our workshop that's kicking off June. You guys, this is the halfway point to the halfway of the year, you guys. Like, this is amazing of how much progress I've been watching each of you grow into and see throughout this entire year. June. Oh my gosh. And so for a lot of us, this is also the year end for some of us in our businesses. And so you guys are hustling to the finish line. And something that I love about this time of year is that you have people who are willing to do whatever it takes to go the extra mile to get stuff done. Something that I learned in my business through all these years, and something that I'm so passionate about, especially with this guest speaker, is bringing in someone who talks about networking and networking your business well. Because there's a right way to network and there's clearly a wrong way to network. And I can especially say during the season where you guys are working hard and you're working your businesses super hard, you want to be able to have a space and a place where people are going to understand how you are operating in your business so that you can be the best facing forward of your brand. Because at the end of the day, with a lot of us coming from a network marketing direct sales background, you guys are all noticing that we don't have a shelving space. We don't have a space to go to the store and have a beautiful display somewhere. You guys are marketing your very own brand every single time. So how your brand shows up in every atmosphere really tells the story of who you are. So I'm really excited, you guys, because I get to welcome to the stage a very dear friend of mine that I've now known for over 8 years, maybe close to 9 years at this point, Miss Karen Cormier. Karen, welcome to the Pink Tech Tribe.
I love you. It's so good to be doing this with you, my little Brittany.
I know. We literally just revisited before everyone got here. And sorry guys, my cat is also just
Your cat's doing the thing.
I know my cat's doing the thing again. Anyways, but we were just talking before Karen got on stage and we were yapping backstage and I said, Karen, it has been literally since I was 20 years old that you've known me. And I literally grew up through networking and I love networking. And you were my first spot that I ever went to was at a team referral networking event. And I had no clue what networking was. We were at Don Cuco's, Dario's restaurant. And I was there and it was like a test run of a team group that they were trying to get up and off the ground. And I was like, what is this thing? And you were like, you could totally do this. So tell me a little bit about like team and like, what is team or like, what is it? What do we do in team?
Just listening to what you just said, of course, my brain went back to however many years ago that was. And
Crazy.
I'm just going to edify you because you are truly amazing. Even at 20, you showed up just dressed to the nines and you had your Mary Kay thing going on and you just, you showed up. And that's one of the things that I have written down just kind of as notes is you say yes. One, you show up. Two, and you go in and that's what you did and you embraced it all. And by the time you ended up moving on to other things, you were a pretty amazing leader already. I already saw that in you, but you just became, and I watch you now and I'm just so impressed by you. You're one of my girls and I'm so proud of you.
It. You didn't have to do all that. Thank you. You're so sweet. I'm here to tell everyone how amazing you are. And this is the beauty of networking, right? It's like, this is how you give back to your people. You just love on your people.
100%.
I love that. So genuinely, tell us a little bit more about Team. Okay. You are a franchise owner of Team Referral Networking. And so tell us about that.
Well, yes. So it's Team Referral Network. So I'm a franchise owner of that. And it's been around since 2002 out of Laverne. Actually, when you were in Team, I wasn't even a franchise owner yet because it wasn't even available for franchising. Wow. So I just was a director at the time. Okay. So we are category protected groups, one person per industry. Yeah. I know my brain and my heart are always on Maui, and that's the background. But I live in Thousand Oaks, California. And so I own Ventura County and Santa Clarita. And then I still am a director and watch over groups in the San Fernando Valley, which is owned by corporate, which is in Laverne. And Team's been around since 2002.
So, what really got you into the door of networking? Like, why did you choose this route? I really do think that your story is so sweet. I was able to chat with you a couple weeks ago more about it. And I know you're going to say it, but something that I know that you believe wholeheartedly is that you just
Mhm.
people. And I think
Yes.
it was obviously a natural fit, but maybe tell the story of like how networking just kind of wove its way into your life.
Well, it's funny, as you asked that. So just fun fact, I'm 65. Yes, 65.
You look
Um,
good, Karen. You look
Thank
good.
you, lighting and all that good stuff. But what I realized in the last few years, I've never had a corporate job. Never had a corporate job, which is kind of interesting. I've just a natural connector. I worked in restaurants. I've opened up hotels, cocktailed, bartended, catered. I've done all of that kind of work. So that kind of gave me my the sense of just, just being that like social person. I'm very social.
Yeah.
I genuinely love people. A lot of people, maybe perhaps that are here today, have done some kind of, hospitality work or working with people. And after all those years of doing that, 99.9% of people are absolutely amazing. And it's just showing up and just being curious, being interested. I will, if you're in a store and I just happen to be next to you, we're probably going to start talking and be besties by the time we're done. I just seem to have a natural gift of connecting because I
Mhm.
am interested. If we're standing next to each other, I don't want anything from you. It's just like, hey, we're sharing a space at this moment. Hey, who are you?
Yeah.
And without
Yeah.
fail, I'll probably have your life story just because I ask
Wow.
questions. It's about being interested. It's about just asking questions about other people and just listening. It's really
Yeah.
that simple in life and in
Yeah.
business for me.
And I think that people feel so significant when they get the questions asked to them. They
Mhm.
think like, wow. And like, and I think that there are people who can feel skeptical sometimes of like, why are they asking me so many questions? Or like, what's the deal with this lady? Or like, because I
Mhm.
feel the same way. I feel like I must have picked up on these similar traits. Well, I know you and I share a lot of our strengths
Mhm.
similarly too. We
Yeah.
just found that out
Oh,
as well.
yes.
So we're like the yappers. We love connecting. We love talking, but we also love like we don't collect things. We collect stories. We collect people. We collect the memories with those people, and it's so easy to just like navigate a conversation into just feeling like, you know what, I'm provided with this moment with this person for whatever reason there might be. I want this, time with that person to feel special, and I just want them to feel significant in my space. And that's how I feel, and I'm sure it's how you feel, that if they can leave with just having that space where they felt your presence, I think that that's worth it in
Gift.
itself.
It's absolutely a gift. That's one of the things I really want to leave this planet better than it was when I was here. And I feel like every time I come into contact with somebody, whether it's in a business situation, a personal situation, um, I just want to know that I gave somebody some joy, a smile, an idea, something,
Yeah.
leaving a piece
Yeah.
of myself that might help them at some point,
I love that. No,
Yeah.
it's always how I'm going to remember you forever and ever
Mm.
and ever. No
Aw.
matter where I go, no matter who I meet, I always know that some of my best first memories of networking come
Mhm.
because of the precedent that you set. So
I love that.
absolutely. So I mean, it leads me straight into this question that I have. What's this whole thing about why we shouldn't be collecting business cards and we should really just be creating those real relationships? Tell me more about your philosophy with
Yes.
that.
Okay, so I like to say that I teach the power of relationship marketing. I live it, I breathe it, I teach it.
So
Okay.
good. Yes.
I'm going to guess that some of you out there have probably been at a networking event. And before somebody's even said hello, they've got a card in front of you in your face and whatnot. And it's just, to me, it's just very off putting. It's important to have cards, whether it's digital or the physical ones, but it's kind of like if I want to like if Brittany and I are in a room together and I see her across the room, I'm just going to be like, hi, how are you tonight? I'm going to start having a conversation. That's a normal thing to do, is having a conversation. It's like, to me, I would never think to just walk across the room and like be like this, that's just not a thing.
Yeah.
So, give of yourself, ask questions, and I will sometimes, like, I don't offer a business card. Usually people have to ask me for them, or if I really want to connect with somebody, it's like, hey, Brittany, is it okay if we finish this conversation later? I'd love to get to know you better. Can we exchange cards? Ask
Mhm.
permission. Then it doesn't feel so, um, you know, what do you want to call it? We've all come home from events with a stack of cards. We put them on the side and probably don't look at them again.
We forget about
So
them. We set them
yeah,
and forget them. Yeah.
yeah. I was literally at an event where I was sitting there and the host was encouraging people to pass out their cards. And I was like, oh, in my little bubbles going, oh, that's interesting. And then like literally they were just walking around, dropping cards in front of people. And then they were off. And I try to keep my bubble quiet sometimes. And I was just like,
Hmm.
oh, wow, I'm sure going to call you. Who are you?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so weird to
Why
me.
would we want to? There's no
I don't know
relationship
you.
built. There's nothing there. And it's
No.
also really interesting too. I find it strange when someone takes my business card and then they put me on their mailing list, or they
Oh,
take my business card and then they put me on their texting campaign list. And
oh,
I'm like,
don't do it.
what?
Okay. Okay. It is done a lot. I'm sure a lot of you have had the same thing. Thou shalt not meet somebody and start the relationship off with being added to their list, selling you something. That is not relationship making. And that does happen a lot. Or you're getting those texting things. You
Yeah.
gotta be respectful. I treat people the way I wish to be treated. I don't want to be spammed. I don't want to be any of those things.
Yeah.
Just build your relationships. The other
Yeah.
stuff, if you have a true relationship with somebody, you need to know, like, and trust people before you're going to even think about doing business. So you got to do
Yeah.
those three things first.
I love that. So now tell me about a time, because I'm sure, I mean, you and I have probably, with our Rolodex together, have met thousands and
Yes.
thousands of people at this point.
Hmm.
If we were to pinpoint a time, maybe recently, that you
Hmm.
have of just a story of like you met someone, you just clicked with that person, now you guys are exchanging referrals to each other, or maybe they don't exchange referrals with you, or maybe you do, or it doesn't really matter, but like you have an exchange now with that person because it just clicked. Like, tell me about a
Hmm.
story like that.
Oh boy. You have to pull into my meeting, my recents. It happens so much that it's really hard to
Oh, I
pinpoint.
know. Oh,
I'm
just a
so sorry.
time
I'm
you can
sitting there
remember.
going, I
That's
had like
okay.
10
Yeah.
things come in my mind, but
Yeah.
there's just a certain connection that happens when you are
Yeah.
open. The
Yeah.
universe or whatever you believe in will reward you.
Forward.
If you
Yeah.
have an open heart, an open mind, an open energy, you attract people. It's also
Yeah.
that attraction marketing.
Yeah.
It's just being present and looking approachable, and
Mhm.
that's the beginning. So I'm sorry I can't answer that because about 10 things came in my head that just kind of went, so
They
I
all went
changed
like
it.
this at the same time, and you're like, I have nothing, but
I have
I know
nothing.
it happened.
I have
It's
nothing.
it's interesting just to tap into it, because this is absolutely very much on the same train of thought. I was at a networking event. It was, oh my gosh, over a year ago, and I met someone at the event, and like just an easy simple exchange. All of a sudden this person's running up to me at a different event. They're like, you're here, and I'm like, who is this person? Who is this person? I can't. And I'm sure you have this happen to you all the
Yeah.
time too. And this is so wild to me, because apparently whatever the exchange was that I did with them that one time, that I couldn't even remember who they were, what their name was, what they did, nothing, but they clearly remembered me. They told me, they said, do you remember when you told me da 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 da
I love
advice? And I
that.
said, no, yeah. Like, you kind of like pause for a second, but you think, oh my gosh, like that does sound like me.
Yeah.
I definitely gave you that advice, because I give that advice
Right.
to other people all the time. And they ended up saying, they said, I started doing that, and oh my gosh, Brittany, it changed my entire business. And I was like, what? Just by one
You
simple
have that much
exchange.
power. All of
Right.
you do.
And so I think
Yes.
that that's the point that I'm trying to say, is like, you never know who you're going to meet in that
Right.
process, and whoever that person is in the moment, and you're making just an impression, whoever they are, every time you're in their space, that impression lingers into who you are and who you
That's
become
right.
to this person. And as they watch you grow, or they watch your business flourish in different ways, you just start to cultivate this incredible story that I
Yes.
think they refer you later, if not in the moment, or if
Yes.
they refer you in the moment, then there's like that longevity referral person
Yes.
to you.
And networking is it's not short term. You don't,
It's
I mean, the
never short.
chances that that's what, like in my groups, it's like, it's like, hey, I can't guarantee you're going to get X, Y, and Z, but if you do these things, there will be a time, but it's building the relationship. I'll say that
Yeah,
word so many times, and I'm going to butcher the Maya Angelou thing, but it's how you make people feel
feel. Yeah,
that they remember. And, you just never know who's going to come into your space that you're going to say that one thing like you did,
yeah.
where it's like to you, you were just being Brittany,
Just
right?
being myself.
Just being yourself.
Regular day.
Good
Hi.
regular day, but look at that. I mean, but that's
Yeah.
the ripple that happens.
Yes, the
If
ripple
you didn't show,
effect.
if you hadn't been there, you wouldn't have had that experience. But you just, whatever you said, whatever it was, caused a ripple effect that affected somebody, and they will affect somebody, and so on and so on. So,
Yeah.
and it's all because of you.
Yeah. So walk me through this one because I know that this is your gift. I've seen you do it a trillion times, it seems like. But what are ways that you make connections? Like, how can you make some authentic relationships happen and be present when you're talking with someone? Like, what are some tips for the person who
Mm.
they meet someone new and they're just kind of like, what do I ask them? Like, what do you ask people when you're meeting them?
Gosh. Well, be your authentic self. Networking is not a natural act. For some people, it's very scary.
Yeah.
I try to, I don't have that space because I'm just, started working at McDonald's when I was 17 and yapping with people. So if I'm thinking about that person. So honestly, if I'm at an event and let's just say it's you, because it's not
Yeah.
you, but let's say you're
Sure.
there and I could see you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am that person that will come up to you and just say, "Hi," because
Hi.
I will sniff that out. I mean, I don't go in for 100% go in expecting and hoping to walk out with a billion cards. I want to make a handful of really nice connections. But if Brittany is standing there and is looking kind of awkward and like, I'm gonna come up, hey girl, but I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna put my arm around you, literally and figuratively, and just start saying, so what brings you here? And I'm gonna ask you questions, because what do people like to do? They like to talk about themselves.
They
So
do.
you just have to help yourself to help somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn a few things about you, and then without fail, there's going to be some kind of connection with something that we have. And then, just if anybody's out there, wherever in a networking room together, I'm going to kind of say something like, "So, who are you looking to meet tonight? Like, what's a good connection for you?" And you're going to say
Wow.
whatever you're going to say, and I'm going
That's
to probably
genius.
thank you, and then I'm
Karen,
probably
I've
going to
never
know
thought
how.
of that
Oh,
before.
oh,
I've never thought about that's genius. Who are you
okay,
looking
write
to
it
meet
down.
here tonight?
Okay, so
Wow.
anybody, if you're ever near me, so Brittany, I've grabbed you, I've asked you a bunch of questions, I've learned some stuff about you, I've asked you, what are you looking for? Because most of the time I'm going to know half the room, and I love it when I don't
Yes.
know anybody in the room. I'm going to do something like, oh, there's so and so over there. Let's say it's Beth's over there. Hey, Brittany, I want to introduce you to my friend Beth. She does blah, 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 blah. And you were just talking about blah, blah, blah. You guys should connect. And then I'm going to introduce you, do your thing. I'm going to say, have fun. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'm out. I'm out. That's the kind of stuff I enjoy doing,
I love
because and
that.
I always really make a big deal about, if I'm doing an event and I love newbies. Newbies make me so happy, and I will say it ad nauseum, where I'll say, "You showed up. These other people that aren't here tonight that said they were coming, they chose not to show up. You showed up, and that is amazing." And really give people credit for that, because for some people it's really scary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, if I'm around, just I'll be your bestie. I'll introduce you to people, but just take a deep breath and do it. No matter how you're feeling, I wrote down, just show up and just say yes,
Yeah.
because you're
I
not
think
going to
that's
bleed, you're not going to die, no one's
no.
going to hurt, no one's going to, you know what I mean? Nothing.
Yeah.
What's worst case scenario? That is not going to happen. No one's going to laugh at you, and if they do,
You don't want to
maybe you
connect with
did
them
something funny.
anyways. Yeah, no, you don't want to connect with them anyways if they're gonna like
No,
make you feel that way. So it's
no.
like I think that you learn as you go, and then you also we were just talking about this before we started tonight. It's finding that tribe of people so that when
Mm,
you get into a space, and I try to teach people this too, which I'm sure you're this is on your radar, and I'd love to hear if you know a tip off the top of your head of like how you
okay.
break this break this cycle. When you find your tribe of people, do you ever
Mhm.
notice that it's sometimes hard for people in networking to like expand past their tribe? Like they kind of almost forget those first steps of like
Oh,
trying to meet other people, and then they just stick to the same people that they know, and then they never get out of that cycle. Like what
okay.
would have you seen that happen before?
Yes. Okay. So as you know, I'm a franchise owner. So like
Yeah.
I've got you know, about 18 groups that I take care of.
Yeah.
And I know all my wonderful people. And because we're category protected, as you know, there's one person per industry in each
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that join. And I always say the same thing when I do my training. I know you love the people in your group, but there's business outside of your group, and you should visit other groups. You should sub at other groups. You should go to other groups' events because you never know. And the people that do that, guess what? They get a lot of outside referrals. But I'm not going to lie, the percentage of people that actually take advantage of that are not as big. Because so yes, I would say they're just very comfortable, but it just depends what you want. Because
Yeah.
there's people that are, I don't judge people. People are wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have the bandwidth for anymore. They just can do that, and that's fine. But if you're really looking to grow and to just really expand, and you're in a networking organization of some kind, take advantage of what is offered to you if you can.
Mhm.
But at
Mhm.
least, you got to plan and going outside your circle. If people are looking to grow, they have to know more people. That's just a
Yeah.
fact. That's just a
Yeah.
fact.
Absolutely. In my time that I spent in team referral
Hmm.
groups, because there was even seasons where I decided to change groups and I
Yes.
decided to go into a different group because I did that. I did
Yes.
exactly what you said.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
coachable. I'm so
Yes, you are.
coachable.
And you still get
And I,
referrals. Everyone knows Brittany. So to this day, even though you're no longer with team, when they think of, I've seen you tagged a lot in
yeah.
social media because
And
you built
it's
those relationships.
absolutely. So your advice is absolutely correct. And it makes you change your circles up a little bit when you're feeling like, I've been doing the same thing for 90 days and I'm not getting the results that I once
Right.
was. I'm going to
Right.
change it up a little bit and go
Yep.
try something new. And
Yep.
it leads me into my question about team,
Hmm.
because team is a group that any person can join as long as there is a category open for your
Yes.
category of whatever business that you run. You can join that group. So
Hmm.
how do you find a team group?
Okay.
Like what do you do?
Well, that's a good question. So first of all, people say like, who's team for? It's anybody that wants to grow their business by referral. So if anybody hasn't done networking before, there's all sorts of networking and I highly recommend doing it. But what category protected means one person per industry per group. So as I mentioned, I don't know where people are from, but so team is, um, the home office is in Laverne, California. It became available for franchise in 2012. I own what I own, which I said earlier. There are team groups in with different franchise owners: Colorado, Arizona, Texas, Georgia, Wyoming, Washington State, and Oregon. And I think I might be forgetting something. I can open groups wherever I want. I would. If anybody's interested to learn more, I can invite them to visit one of my groups just to kind of see how we run things. They're for men and for women, but I'm going to say, like the month before COVID, I started opening up team ladies groups. So I personally am in a group called the Conejo Boss Ladies. My other business is DoTerra. I've been doing that for 10 years. So is this women's group? These are women on
Yes.
here. Okay,
Yes.
hi ladies. So I
Uh-huh.
just want to make sure. As you know, there's just something about the energy of women
Yeah.
together. It's
Yeah.
just really
We believe
powerful.
that
So I've got
here.
the
Yeah.
Conejo Valley, I've got the Conejo Boss Ladies, I've got the Santa Clarita Valley Boss Ladies, I've got the Westlake Women's Connection, and I'm working on a few. But most of the groups are mixed. But I like the lady groups. It's just a different energy that I don't need to
Yeah.
explain here. It's fun. So if
Yeah.
anybody's interested, they're welcome to reach out to me, and
I
I'm happy
love
to
that.
like have them visit a group that might be near them and
Yeah.
answer any questions they might have.
Yeah. I don't know the answer to this, and I genuinely do. I'm kind of curious because I remember that during COVID, obviously we all went virtual during COVID
Oh
for
my,
team.
yes.
Are there virtual groups still existing?
Yes. Now, those of us that were home for 18 months. So
Yeah.
before the pandemic, we were 100% in person. Everybody
Right.
did the same thing everywhere.
Yeah.
overnight. We had to go figure out Zoom and go through the Zoom bombs and all that kind of stuff. So we were 100% online for 18 months. Coming back, which has been a while now, a lot of the groups are now all meeting live. I do have groups that are meeting on Zoom. Most are more of a hybrid. I do have some groups that are just specifically on Zoom. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever works for people. It just depends on businesses. Like if you're a chiropractor in Santa Clarita, you're not going to join a Zoom group that's in Texas, right? Because
Right.
that wouldn't work.
That wouldn't make sense.
No, but my group is hybrid. We do both.
That's really
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, so that gives a lot of perspective for people if they're like, well, this sounds really interesting. I've never
Mm,
heard of something like this. And
yeah.
maybe they don't have something near them, but
They
they
can.
could have something virtual. That's exciting.
Well,
Okay,
virtual
awesome.
and or I can
And
open
or
groups wherever.
hybrid.
If anybody was interested in starting a group in their area,
Yeah.
I can do that anywhere like this.
Absolutely. That is
Mhm.
really cool. So tell me, this is going to be my last thing to just draw all this
Uh-oh.
incredible, like invaluable value out of you, my friend. You are
That's
just
okay.
so full of wisdom. What is the best way to just kind of like reconnect with someone after you met someone after a networking event? Like, I always feel so awkward if I'm like, oh my gosh, we were on fire. Karen is like super cool. I loved her. We're going to have like all these incredible conversations because we had this amazing conversation. And then like something creeps into this, the 6 inches between my ears and it goes into my head. And I say,
No.
there is no way that this woman wants to reconnect with me. Like, how do I make this happen again?
You
Like,
make
how
that
do I
stop.
cultivate
You
it?
turn that voice off. Let me just
Okay.
stop that because that is th- that negative self-talk is just a killer for life.
Right. Right.
It's okay. So, whatever insecurities we all might have, that's a let it go thing. It's like, but what if let's not, let's turn it around. I would love to connect with Brittany. I really enjoyed connect. I love meeting her. I have so much more I want to talk to her about. I'm going to reach out. Now, I'm a fan of reaching out because, let's say you and I have that scenario and you're sitting there and you're blah, blah, you have that going on and a week goes by, I probably will have called you by then. So
Wow.
I would say take the initiative, even if it makes you nervous, even if it's uncomfortable, get get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's just life, man. And you said this, if these are network marketing ladies, get comfortable being uncomfortable because life is uncomfortable. If you wait
Yeah.
till you're comfortable, nothing ever happens. So
Right.
do it even though. So Brittany, I'm going to call you up, or I'm going to, I get a little thrown with some people are just texting and some people don't read emails and some people, I mean, that's another question. Actually, I like to ask, how do you like to communicate? I'm sorry, I
Oh,
pulled that from the back because in this world,
yes.
I lose things sometimes. Somebody like a message on Instagram, sometimes I miss. I'm like, hey, it's best if you
Yes.
do X, Y, Z. So when we leave that event, hey, Brittany, I'd love to connect. What's best for you? Do you prefer to
How do you like
text?
to
Dot dot
connect?
dot. That's a
Right.
good question.
Right.
So
So
yes,
good.
so quiet that mind and feel the fear. A great book I read a long time ago. Feel the fear and do it anyway.
So good. I love what you just said of I'm just reaching out. Just reaching out. I think that that is so non-invasive into someone's space, and especially if you're having over these overwhelming thoughts of like, oh my gosh, like, because I think that that's what happens when people go into this like fight, flight, freeze when it comes to
Yeah,
their businesses.
yeah,
We disconnect sometimes what value we bring to the table with our
that's
businesses,
right.
right? And
That's
so when
right.
we reconnect the value of not only do I have a great product or service, but I also know that I really care about people. And I wouldn't be in a business or I wouldn't be in this industry if I didn't care about this type of person, these categories of people, right? That are our
Yes,
niche markets. So
yes,
then I tell myself, I love the reach out because then it's, you know what? I am going to just reach out because I care enough about this person
yes.
and the small interaction that we exchange at this event for me to want to reach out and just say, I'm just thinking about you. You're on my heart. I just want to reach out.
And that's it. Let's also add, it's not with, I'm going to sell her something before this conversation's over. So important. Don't do that. You've got to provide a relationship. I mean, don't rush. You don't, there's no, if people, they call it like commission breath or whatever they call that, but let's not be so quick to try to sell people things. It's off putting.
It
It's
is. And
off-putting.
I think that when they are just sold out on you, that the
Yes.
product will sell itself. I think that that happens every single time.
Build relationships, the rest will come. Have you ever gone to an event and gotten a follow-up? I haven't got one for a long time. You just meet somebody and then you get the email that's this long about what they have to sell you, and you're just like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna call them back." Said nobody ever.
I
You're
know. I know.
it's like,
I
"Whoa!"
it's insane. It's insane to watch how other people perceive interactions like that. And I really do wonder who it works for. I would love to just
Um,
have a conversation with the person that that does work for
I've
them.
had
But
conversations before where I've said something, not rudely, but just like,
yeah,
"Hey, just a little feedback. It was really great meeting you, and I'm really about learning about somebody, and I've done that before. Just
wow,
because sometimes
good
you get
for
to a
you.
place where it's like it's boundaries, and just like
Yeah.
when I just like to teach you something, and they can take it, not take it, but you got to take care of yourself too.
It's impressive. It's impressive to know that that's something that you encourage because I
Yeah.
think that there if we have learned the tools of correct networking, I think that that's our opportunity as just people who are in networking spaces to teach other people how to do the same.
Yes.
Leading by example, by example, by example, right? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
really leading the pack of saying like this is what's always worked for me. This is how I'm
Mhm.
always going to teach it to other people because I want you to be successful, right? Like that's
100%.
the bottom
Yes.
line. We
That's the
always
goal.
want the next person to be successful. And I believe that if I'm going to go up this ladder of success, my job is to turn around and pull my arm around and pull you up with
Yes.
me, right? So this
Yes.
is that
Yes.
pull around and pull them up with me
That's right.
moment.
We
So
we wanna
I
we wanna
love
climb
that.
together.
I
Climb together.
love that. That's so good. Karen,
Oh,
chef's kiss, my friend. Didn't that go by so fast?
that was so fun.
So fun.
So
You are a wealth of
fun.
knowledge, my friend. How
Thank
can
you.
people connect with you? How can they find you?
Um, how I
Are you
don't
on
know.
Facebook? Are you on
Oh,
how do
I'm
we
everywhere. I'm
do they
everywhere.
find you by your name on all
Yeah,
the
so I'm on
platforms? Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, so I'm not typing anything in, but
Yeah,
Karen Cormier on Facebook, on Instagram, it's networking with Karen. Um, you'll find me. If you Google me, you'll find me. Team Referral
absolutely.
Network. Yes.
Yes,
And I would love to help
absolutely.
anybody. If anybody has any questions, I don't know if they have got. Um, is my information somewhere? Sorry. This.
Yes, I will make
Okay.
sure that your information,
Okay.
I got you, friend. I will make sure that
Yay.
they have it. So I'll attach it to those who are watching us live. For those who are watching the replay, her information will be found in the
Okay.
comment section that you
Perfect.
guys can connect with her and find ways to do so. And like I always say, you guys who are Pink Tech Tribe family, the number one way that you can give back to our workshop hosts is by connecting with them and showing support to their business as well.
I
So
like
make
that.
sure you guys go and follow, like, comment, do all the things because it doesn't cost $1 to go like a post. So make sure you do
Together, everyone achieves more.
more. Together, everyone achieves more. That's exactly it. Karen, we're
Oh,
going to
mwah.
wave you goodbye off our screen as I do some housekeeping. Karen, thank you
Okay.
so much, my
Thank
friend. You were
you.
incredible.
I loved it.
I love a good networking conversation
And
more than
hey, girlfriend,
anything.
I do want to connect. We're gonna get in person with each other. You
Yes,
can call me.
absolutely, absolutely. I'll get
Mwah.
it out of my brain first,
Thank you.
shake it
Thank
off.
you.
Well, to my Pink Tech Tribe family, we have a couple housekeeping that we have to take care of for you. So we have our next workshop. I'm changing the day. I'm changing the day a little bit on you, and it is with one of our friends, Miss Brittany Hamilton. She is going to be coming to us on Wednesday, June 25th at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she's talking about how to simplify your business, how to streamline your business through Team Stream Solutions, and giving us a demo, especially for our Mary Kay girls in here, teaching them how to use Team Stream Solutions for your consultants, for your directorship position, whatever place you are. And it's a really great training lined up for us at the end of the month. And that will officially be the halfway point of our halfway of this year of workshops for you guys. So we're really looking forward to the second half of the year. We really hope that you enjoyed this training today by Karen, and we look forward to seeing you guys in just a few weeks. And enjoy the break and work hard, hustle hard, because I know that June 30th goal is coming up for a lot of us who are in the beauty industry right now. And so keep working hard. I believe I believe in all of you is what I'm trying to say. All right, y'all. I will see you guys next time in Pink Tech Tribe. Bye for now.